Good morning students. In the last class we discussed about the ideal gas, real gas, kinetic theory of gases, why gases deviate from the ideal behavior, the pressure correction, the volume correction and the van der Waals equation of state for real gases. So first we have seen the ideal gases are the gases which obeys the general gas equation PV is equal to nRT and all the gas laws at all conditions of temperature and pressure. Okay, but in real practice no such gas is there which can obey all the gas laws and the general gas equation PV equal to nRT at all conditions of temperature and pressure. So this obeying of the general gas equation and obeying of the gas laws are possible at low pressure and high temperature. When pressure becomes too high and temperature becomes sufficiently low, then almost all gases deviate from the ideal behavior. That means the gases are the real gases. Only when pressure is low and temperature is high, then the gas can behave ideally, and such a condition is not possible. Hence, no gas is ideal. All the gases are real gases. So here the pressure is high and the temperature is low. Now that means why the gases are deviating from the ideal behavior? That is because of the wrong assumptions made in the kinetic theory of gases. We have two things wrong there. One is what? There is no intermolecular force of attraction among the gas molecules, and the volume of the gas molecules can be neglected in comparison to the total volume of the gas. These 2 points becomes wrong when the pressure is high. When pressure becomes too high, the molecules come close to each other. Hence, there occurs a force of attraction among the gas molecules, and also here the volume is so small that we cannot neglect the individual volume of the gas molecules. So accordingly, van der Waals made correction of these two statements. He made volume correction, he made pressure correction, and again a new equation came called P plus A n square by V square into V minus NB is equal to nRT, called the equation of state for n mole of a real gas. For ideal gas, it is your PV equal to nRT. For real gas, it becomes what? P plus n square A by V square into V minus NB equal to nRT. Or for 1 mole of gas, ideal gas equation PV equal to RT, and for 1 mole of real gas, it becomes P plus A by V square into V minus V is equal to RT. Okay. And also we discussed about the different the units of this van der Waals constant. The A and B are here the van der Waals constant. Okay. Now deviation from ideal behavior, actually we can study the deviation of gases from ideal behavior by plotting a graph between the compressibility factor, which is your PV by nRT, and the pressure. Okay. You see, we have PV equal to nRT for an ideal gas. So PV by nRT equal to Z, called what? The compressibility factor. PV by nRT equal Z is equal what of the compressibility factor. If Z is equal to 1, that is what? PV equal to nRT. Okay, then gas is what? Ideal. Okay, if Z is not equal to 1, that is what? Z is either greater than 1 or Z is what? Less than 1. That is what? PV is not equal to nRT. Then gas is what? Real. Okay, so we can study this by plotting a graph. If you plot a graph, PV by nRT equal to Z. Okay, P. Okay, P in atmosphere 200, 400, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2.0. Okay. So this is PV by nRT, Z is equal to 1 here. Let me see, if at any pressure and any temperature, if this Z is equal to 1 comes here, then the gas will be what? Ideal gas. So if you now plot a graph between the for different gases against the PV by nRT and P, you can see what? This you can get for the carbon dioxide gas, this you can get for the helium or hydrogen, for O2, for N2. So you can get a graph like this. Here you see, when pressure is 0, the compressibility factor Z becomes 1. That means gases approaches ideal behavior at very low pressure, that is your pressure 0. When the pressure increases, you see at the moderate pressure there is a negative deviation. Z becomes what? Less than 1. Z is what here? Less than 1. At high pressure, when pressure becomes high, there occurs what? Positive deviation. Here, Z is what? More than 1. So, the gases approaches ideal behavior only when the pressure is 0. That means no gas is ideal actually. So, when the pressure increases, they start to deviate from the ideal behavior. But when the temperature increases, the deviation will decrease. Okay. So here you see for this carbon dioxide gas, here you see at the moderate pressure up to 200 atmosphere, so there is a negative deviation. Okay. Then after with further increase of pressure, the deviation goes to what? Positive. So here comes your 1, then comes what? Your positive deviation. Similarly, see for the gas like helium and hydrogen, you see there is only positive deviation. That means Z is always what? Greater than 1. And for this gases like O2 and N2, easily liquefiable gases. Okay. So first there is at low pressure there is a negative deviation, and then gradually it becomes what? The positive deviation. Okay. So in this range for this gases, Z is what? Greater than 1. That is the compressibility factor is more than 1. But in this region it is what? Less than 1. Okay. So this is the way how can we represent this deviation of gas from the ideal behavior. Okay. So the deviation from the ideal behavior decreases with the increase of temperature. The temperature above which the gases behave like ideal gases and obeys the gas laws is called what? Boyle's temperature. Okay. The temperature above which the temperature above which a gas behave like an ideal gas and obeys the gas laws is known as a Boyle's temperature. Okay. As you know, gases behave ideally at a low pressure and high temperature. Okay. So the high temperature above which the gas behaves like an ideal gas and obeys all the gas laws is called what? The Boyle's temperature. Okay. Now next we will discuss what is the liquefaction of gases. Okay. We know the matter exists in the gaseous state because of the high thermal energy. Okay. So the high thermal energy is more than the cohesive force, so the matter can exist in what? Your gaseous state. Gases exist liquefaction of gases. Generally, for existence of the matter in the gaseous state, we need a particular temperature below which no gas can exist as a gas. So, when we decrease the temperature and increase the pressure, the gases come close to each other. They interact with each other, and due to this decrease of temperature, the gas convert into liquid. So gases can be liquefied by decreasing temperature. So to exist as a gas, the matter requires a particular temperature below which no gases can exist as gas. And the temperature below which no gas can be liquefied is known as the critical temperature of the gas. Every gas need a particular temperature to exist as gas. Below that temperature it becomes a liquid. And that temperature is called what? Your critical temperature. And the pressure needed to liquefy the gas at that critical temperature is called what? The critical pressure. Okay. So critical temperature Tc, critical pressure Tc, and the volume occupied by the gases at the critical temperature is called what? Critical volume. Okay. So for liquefaction of gases we need the certain conditions. Okay. So these are the points you have to remember regarding the liquefaction of gases. See, a number of gases like carbon dioxide, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, etc. get liquefied when subjected to low temperature and high pressure. When temperature becomes low and pressure becomes high, then gases tends to liquefy. Okay, and under the condition of low temperature and high pressure, molecules come nearer to each other, get aggregated and convert into liquid. And the gas can be liquefied at a certain temperature above which no gas can be liquefied. Okay, and this temperature is called what? The critical temperature Tc. The pressure needed to liquefy a gas at a critical temperature is called what? Critical pressure Tc, and the volume occupied by 1 mole of the gas at critical temperature is called what? Critical volume Vc. Okay. Now let us discuss about what? Molecular speeds. Okay. Molecular speeds. We know the gases are always moving in a rapid, random and zigzag motion in a straight line in every possible directions. Now while moving, the gas molecules are colliding with each other and so also with the walls of the container. Now when the gas molecules are colliding with each other, already we discussed in the kind of gases, the collision is perfectly elastic. So when the molecules collide with each other, there is a redistribution of energy takes place. Now while moving, each molecule are possessing a constant speed. Now when the molecules collide, there occurs redistribution of energy, and accordingly the speed of the molecules are also changing. So in the container, the velocity which is possessed by most of the molecule is called what? The most probable speed. Okay. So and again this depends. If I plot a graph, if I take delta n by n, called what? Fraction of molecules which are possessing a constant speed. and I take V here, I can get like this, okay, and this is the top called what do you most probable velocity. This is the velocity possessed by the maximum number of the molecules, okay, and this speed again the most probable speed increases with the increase of what temperature, okay. So if you have like this, delta n by n, no? Okay. Okay. Here you see, this is the, okay. See, the fractional molecules possessing the most probable velocity increases with the increase of temperature. So T1, T2, T3, and T1 is the less than T2, less than T3. So in this case, the temperature is high, so the fractional molecules which possessing the most probable velocity is maximum here. Okay, so this is because the increase of temperature, the characteristics of the molecules is increasing, and hence the speed is also what increasing. So the fractional molecules which are showing the most probable velocity becomes more and more. Actually, in this case, the molecules are possessing actually of the collisions. You can have three kind of velocities. One is what is the most probable speed, or is what is root mean square speed, and is what is your average speed. That means three types of motions are possessing, three types of velocities are possessing by the gas molecules on collision. The speed which is possessed by most of the molecule is called most probable speed, and the root mean square speed is what is the root of the mean of the square of the speeds possessed by all the molecules. And simply average speed is what the average of speed of all the molecules possessed. So here we can find out the most probable speed and the alpha we can find out by what root over 2 RT by m, and the root mean square speed we can find out u is equal to root over 3 RT by m, and the average speed v bar is equal to root over 8 RT by pi m. Okay, so the most probable speed alpha is given by what root over 2 RT by m. R is the universal gas constant, T is the absolute temperature, and m is the molecular mass of the gas. the root mean square speed u is given by what, the root over 3 RT by m, okay, and the average speed is given by what, root over 8 RT by pi m. These are the already the derived equations, so we just have to remember, okay. And also we can establish relationship between your alpha is to v is to u is equal to, you can say 1 is to 1.128 is to 1.224. So this is what is the relationship between your most probable, root mean square, and average velocity. And also we can find out average speed equal to v bar equal to 0.9213 root mean square speed, okay. So in this way we can relate the different kind of speeds of the gas molecules, okay. So this is about for molecular speeds. Now let us have some numericals based on this molecular speeds, okay. Let us see the numericals based on this molecular speed. See, calculate the root mean square speed and average speed of N2 molecule at 127 degrees centigrade, okay. You see, root mean square speed of N2, U of N2 is asked. Also the average speed V bar of N2 is asked. What is given here? N2 molecule. So molecular mass of N2 we know what? 28 gram per mole, okay. And temperature given here T equal to 127 centigrade is equal to 127 plus 273 equal to 400 Kelvin, okay. And we know the U of N2 is equal to what? Root over 3 RT by m, root over 3 RT by m equal to what? Root over 3 into R, how much given? 8.314 into 10 power of 7, okay, grams cm square per second square, okay, 3R into T how much here? 400 divided by m, how much here? 28 Kelvin, okay. Grams cm square per second square per Kelvin per mole into (400) Kelvin divided by 28 gram per mole. Cancel. Get what you know? 5.9999 into 10 power of 4, okay. Centimeter square, centimeter per second, okay. Again the average velocity v bar equal to what? We know 0.9213 u, this equal to what, you know, 0.9213 into 5.99 into 10 power 4, okay. This you can get how much? 5.5 in 10 power of 4 centimeter per second, okay. So this is the root mean square speed of the N2 molecule, okay. And after getting this root mean square speed, now you can put the formula V bar average velocity is equal to 0.9213 into the root mean square speed, okay. So we will get what? This is the answer, okay. Now question number 10, this is question number 9, Okay. Number 10, at what temperature the root mean square speed of carbon dioxide gas is the same as that of chlorine at 20 degree centigrade. Okay, you know, root mean square speed of carbon dioxide UCO equal to root over 3 RT by m is equal to root over 3 RT by m for the molecular mass of carbon dioxide, you are 44. Okay. Now, U of Cl2 is what? Root over 3 RT by m equal what? Root over 3 RT given here how much? 20 degree centigrade. So, 293, okay, by m what? 71. Okay. Now this implies so U of CO2 is equal to U of Cl2 given. Okay. So that means at 20 degree centigrade, so you have UCl2 this much, and what temperature U of CO2 will be equal to this one. So what you can write? Root over 3R T by 44 is equal to root over 3R293 by 71. Okay. Now squaring both sides. Look at what? 3 RT by 44 is equal to 3R 290 by 71. Okay, this implies T by 44 is equal to 293 by 71. So T equal what? 293 into 44 by 71. So this mass will get what? 181.6 Kelvin. Answer. Okay. So in this way, different types of numericals we can solve by using the different kind of formulas for root mean square, for average, and also for the most probable speed. Okay. Okay. So this is all about your gas state. In the next class, we will discuss about your a new chapter, thermodynamics. Okay. Thank you.